did everything independent. He expected me to be as enthusiastic about it. But I never liked the industry before I even, was around that shit. So seeing it really hurt me. And it's like it was hard for him. I could acknowledge that it was hard for him because shit, it's hard for everybody in the industry. They just be getting these battle scars out here. And he wanted somebody to be there with him. I think he expected me to be there. And I wasn't playing the best role because of where I stand and my morals and everything. And I guess some people just see it as hating. Oh, he's just hating on you. It's like, no. I just know what's right for me. And I was dragging myself into a situation where I didn't want to. See, sLUms was pure, bro. The sLUms come up was pure as shit. Right? sLUms come up was pure as shit. Like, pure. Booking our own shows, t-shirts, all that shit. I mean, I talk about it a lot, man, because it's what happened with sLUms and this success makes me at peace where I could die right now and say I lived a happy life. And I'm saying this is before you guys knew about it, before Earl knew about it. I'm talking about all the other stuff, like before. That was some of the happiest moments in my life. But when the industry started, try to isolate the group and put Mike up here and make everybody work under his umbrella, I could have played the game. I could have. You guys know I could play the game. So they make it like lines and rankings. So Mike is number 1, I'm number 2, Daryl's number 3. They have that, and it's, if you're on 1, you're the priority. 2, your segments is up, and blah, and then 3, But then the lower you get on the number, the less they care about you and give a fuck about you. So I can't stand to see, the group that I came up with feel like, they feel like they don't, they're invisible and shit like that because, the people in the business mind, people with business mentalities, don't want to exploit them and make money off of them, So, when it becomes about money, it makes everybody feel a type of way. So I've never been one to, not say how I feel. I say how I feel, and it got people, some people agree with me, but, some people don't want to hear the truth, at least my side of the truth. And, also, some people, I don't know. I had experience. Let me catch up with what you guys were saying. You mean like around Tears of Joy came out? Well, the thing is, if you want to get like a good time frame, like if you want to be real, around May God Bless Your Hustle. Around May God Bless Your Hustle. I think there was a time where, and this hurts for me to talk about this, because there were moments where I wasn't, I didn't help Mike. I did help Mike not trust me. But, there was one time I quoted MF Doom lyric, and I've always felt guilty about this. And I think it's been used against me. But there was one time where, I was at Wiki, the rapper Wiki's house, and we was just meeting, and he wanted me to come through to the crib, and we could cook up something, because he wanted. Mike found out I was there because I told him I wasn't gonna hide from it. And 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 Mike kind of like was getting nervous, and I didn't ask Wiki if Mike could come, and I was procrastinating. I was messing up. I didn't just ask him, right? And then Mike was at the door, and then I decided to ask Wiki, and I started projecting, right? So I was like, hey, yo, can Mike come through, right? And he was like, yeah, of course. Yeah, and then I was like nervous, man. I was sweating. I was like, he's downstairs. He was like, oh yeah, just Mickey was cool about it, but I was like nervous, man, because I felt like I didn't want to disrespect the space. So then I said I was like, man, so why you never, I quoted the MF Doom bar, So this is why you never let your mans know your plans. I wish I didn't say that. I opened the door and Mike said, never let your mans know the plans. I was like, oh, shit. I was like, oh, damn. And I apologized. I was like, yo, my bad. I don't want him to think that, every time I'm behind his back, I'm talking something negative, because it's not really the case. But it seemed like that, and at a time where, I'm supposed to be his brother through this new change and shift in the breaking point in careers and stuff. I failed him in a sense. I couldn't be the person he wanted me to be, and that moment, I feel like he never came back from that. Never came back from that. Never came back from that. And deep down, never came back. Maybe it was rooted before that, but it was also just seeing how everything changed during Make God Bless Your Hustle time. It seemed really rigged to me. It seemed really rigged. And I felt like the more I try to question it, people look at me like I was insane. But now looking back at it, I'm like, yeah, that shit was definitely rigged. The first, what really started the whole shit, man? It was press. It was press. I think Mike failed me in a sense. Mike failed me because, and this is where things started really going down here. I think this is where I started, losing trust and seeing maybe people's colors. But the very first press coverage that was big was the New Yorker, and it was written by this guy named Matthew Trammell. And so he talks about the track Butterfingers on Longest Day, Shortest Night. This is right after we dropped the sLUms tape, and we had a great year. So this is the beginning of 2017, right around the time we just met Earl. Things was changing. A big New Yorker article, and everybody who was supporting us locally was like, yeah, it was like a win. Even me, everybody. It wasn't but so the song was, the write-up was on a track that I actually produced called Butterfingers. And I didn't get credited in the press article. They didn't say my name. And, I didn't feel any type of way. Maybe somebody planted the seed to make me feel a type of way. Maybe this is, like I said, maybe this is how it's rigged. So I'm just saying, if y'all listening, and you're coming up in a collective, don't let nobody tell you shit. But I'm just telling you the chain reaction. There's how shit went down, right? So coverage happened. Mike came through. We was at the white homie's crib, and we got some champagne. Mike was gonna come because it was a big day. Got some champagne, popped some champagne. There's a video on it on the sLUms channel. You can see it's called something write ups in uppercase. I don't know what it's called, but I vlogged it, and we were drinking champagne. You know, we were celebrating, and then at the end, like I think like one of my white friends was like, "Hey, Ade, you produced that beat. Like, why didn't they give you credit? Like, you should be credited, right?" And I thought about it. I started thinking about it. Like, shit, I should be credited. I did produce that. Like, you know, like, because they was talking about the beat, but they didn't say anything about it, right? And when I tried to talk to Mike about it, he was like really dismissive. Like, yo, they don't know you or something like that. Why would they? He was like, they know me or something, kind of like that, right? He was like, how can you blame them for not knowing about you? But I'm like, first of all, man, if you're a journalist, do your fucking job. You can go on anything and if you're listening to music, see the credits. Who fucking produced it? If you're gonna write about the fucking music, do your job. Just saying. But that was Mike's defense, right? So this kind of sparked the seed in Mike to feel like, yo, Ade is kind of wilding. I don't really want Ade to produce for me anymore because he's gonna try to feel like he's gonna act like this, right? So he made a song called "Years Alone." It made "May God Bless Your Hustle," but he dropped that as a single. You know what's crazy? He made the song, and what hurt me, I never got to express this, but I internalized it. He made the song, produced, right? Produced by him. Great beat. Sounds like a beat that I would make. Like, especially the second part of Alone, Years Alone, Alone, the Alone part, sounds like a drum pattern that old Sixpress would make, type shit. Like I used to always, which I'm not upset about. You know, like I allowed Mike to sit down and, watch me make beats and stuff like that. Like, and we worked so much, that influence spills over. But check this out. The same dude, Matthew Trammell, writes up a Pitchfork blog saying Mike produces for himself and blah, 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 blah. Like, I'm like, what the fuck? So I started kind of feeling like, there was a little bit of isolation happening. And, then it was like magazines started happening, crack magazine. And I was happy, I was just happy, bro. I was all happy. But my natural thoughts sometimes would come up and I would say, hey, bro, like, when is anybody else in sLUms gonna get anything? You know what I mean? Like, and he would say like, yo, they don't know about you, like type shit like that. Why can't you just be happy for me? I'm like, nigga, we all happy for you, bro. What the fuck? Like, why wouldn't we be happy? And then I feel like when that happened with Wiki, that never know your man's plan thing, never let your man's know your plan thing, I feel like that just helped the trust become even worse. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like that I fucked it up right there, because now it seems like, like I had this bitterness, and I was upset though. I was upset because there wasn't enough transparency and real like accountability on what's going on. Like, what was happening was Mike was just ready to take off on his own as an artist, but he wasn't telling nobody that. But because he wanted us to still support him and wanting him to be, he wanted us to still support him in his own, solo career. But, sLUms has always been like individual artists. we've always communicated with each other. So it was like around May God Bless Your Hustle time. I remember, I was supposed to be executive producer in May God Bless Your Hustle, which I don't even know what that means anymore, because I was executive producer on Longest Day, Shortest Night. But I don't know. I just don't know what I just don't know what that means anymore to me. I was gonna be his executive producer, and then we was gonna get in the studio and work on their thing. And then at some point, we had all these. We was going to work. I was producing all these beats, and at some point, Mike, I seen that Mike was gonna take off all the beats of my beats off of May God Bless Your Hustle. I made like 7 beats for that track, for that EP or LP, and I think the love is still there. The love was still there because I think like we had a little moment, where something happened. I don't know. We were just expressing, our love for each other, and kind of reflecting on the times and like kind of, And I remember, I think I said something, and I guess it's what he needed to hear to make him like kind of like snap out of the whatever he was going through, and he put back all the beats. I seen him. He didn't tell me this, but I seen him put back all the beats. Cause bro, this nigga was freaking out, bro. All the pressure that was on this man. Cause all the attention and the blogs and the stuff. They was like, I don't like the blogs, bro. Fuck all that shit. But the attentions, blogs, it was putting all this pressure on Mike, like it was his first album and he has to really prove something to people. And I remember Mike was really freaking out, bro. The dude was freaking out, bro, and he wanted help. And to be honest, I took a little step back at that time because I was like, I gotta work on my own shit. Like I gotta work on Sunny Path. Like I've been trying to work on Sunny Path for a whole fucking year, and no one helped me when I try to ask for help and shit like that. Like it was really like that, man. It was really like that. Like I was always expected to help other people, but like, it wasn't the same after a certain time, and that shit hurt me. Like that shit hurt me. But I was pushing. I was kept pushing. And I could help wherever I can and how I can. And May God Bless You also was a hard time, bro, for me, and I'm sure it was for Mike too. Successful ass album, man. We was on I say we because I had a great contribution to the album. But I felt like, I felt like I was being a little bit ostracized in a sense, and I don't know. It was like some bittersweet shit. It was some weird, real bittersweet shit. Because it was beautiful to see like all of this, it started from just an idea, from just a mutual bond. We both liked MF Doom. And, it just started from just an idea and just slowly getting it. It was beautiful just to see it unravel, but what I'm saying messed it up was everything around. I'm telling you, it's the industry, bro. Like, it's nothing other than the industry.